Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live stream. It is wonderful to have you here. Hello, friends. Hello, Shannon, J.M., Hannah Marie, Gabriele, Keule. It's really great to have you here. I'd love to know where you're joining from. I'm in Rheinhausen in central Germany, and it is the 8th of January, perhaps at a different date if you're watching the replay. You can also say hi in the chat and where you're drawing from. Yesterday's stream was so cool. And the cool thing about it was that so many people did so many cool interpretations of the reference that we had of Jade, and I was so happy all day seeing all of these posts that people were making. Hi Kiki. On the Discord server, I just put the link in the chat. Hi Cassidy, day 2, very good. The link is in the chat. You can also share here on Instagram, and yeah, it was just so many excellent interpretations of the photo by Don't Smile NYC. Shannon, who's in the top of the live chat, did a silent live stream doing a very beautiful rendition over an hour long, and it was really, really good. Keule is near Dortmund, cool. Hannah Marie is south of Copenhagen, nice. Yeah, it was just really cool. It's always cool seeing all of your work, but I was just blown away by so many of the pieces from yesterday. And today we get to draw. I always get this wrong. It's not a mirror. Lilith Van Damme, Magical Cheese Witch, great friend and wonderful artist. We were talking about glasses and almost silent, yeah. There was also some cool machine in the background. Something was like, I don't know, something happened halfway through and I was like, what's happening? Lilith is from the Kenya community and organized the Wish You Were Here exhibition 2 years ago and 2 years in a row in Antwerpen, where a lot of amazing artists from the Kenya community shared work. I went as a spectator and it was really wonderful to meet so many cool people. And because we were talking about glasses and how glasses are tricky, here's some more glasses, because a good way to become acquainted with something that you fear is just to face it head on and draw it. So that's why, hi, Talha is here, nice. That's why we're going to be drawing some glasses today. So let's get into it, into these glasses. Let's be the glasses. I'm now over on the left side of my inky spread, which I'll show you later. This is the reference. This is the same reference that we used on Drawn Together. Very good, Shannon. So you can watch our conversation with Lilith back from 2 years ago or something and see Shannon and me drawing this drawing, and also from a longer reference. And today it's going to be brief. And what else is it going to be? We're just going to start drawing. So I'll put the timer on. It feels weird to be over on this side of the page of the book, because this is a very long spread, because like 2 A4 pages folding out in the sketchbook, and now I'm way out here instead of being way over there. So this may be a more ergonomical, comfortable sketching experience for me. Jill. JM is Jill. Cool, nice to have you here. All right. I'm not going to set a time limit like I sometimes do, but I'm going to put a timer on just so I can get a gauge of how things are going. All right, what's everyone going to be working with today? This is my ink spread. Once I turn the page, I'm going to be working with polychromos pencils. So depending on how big this becomes, so whether it fills the page, or if I feel like there's any more space that wants to be filled, tomorrow's drawing could be with polychromos pencil. And instead of having the reference right next to me, I printed it really big, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want it that big. So I've put it here, a bit further removed from, instead of having it right next to it. So maybe it's going to be a bit different. And maybe it's going to be a bit less accurate because it's a bit over there. Maybe it would even, instead of putting it right above, if I move it over here, It'd be more like when we draw from the screen. I have to look over there. So that would be interesting. It's not, I can't draw any straight lines across from the reference right to here. It's over there. Almost like being in a live drawing context, except it's a two-dimensional image. Okay. And the reference, by the way, is in the Discord server. So you could get it from there. These glasses. Where do we begin? With the frontmost or the topmost glasses? I'm going to go from the front to the back. So I'm going to start with the smallest frames and the darkest, and just going to start with the glasses. So we were talking about how glasses they are such a clear shape compared to all the delightful squishiness and hardness sometimes, angularity, softness, whatever, the animalness of our faces, that glasses are just so crisp and clear. And if you can manage, with some practice maybe, practicing seeing the shape, it's like an extended squished circle. It's not a circle, some glasses are circles. But yeah, practicing just trying to represent the shape that you see. And once you've got that shape figured out, then you can just start putting the squishy and the not so squishy facial features somewhere in relationship to that really clear shape that you've set up. So that's why I like glasses. And maybe because I have glasses. Someone mentioned, I'll get in a bit closer. Someone in the Discord server said, maybe I like drawing glasses because I wear glasses. Maybe that is the case. A glasses appreciation. I'm glad I have glasses. For the longest time I was like, I don't need glasses. The street signs might be a bit blurry, but it's just like, what's it called? Ambient perspective, atmospheric perspective, where it's like the things in the distance don't need to be crisp like the things right in front of me. The forest can be a bit of a green blur. There's no need for it to be as clear as the things right in front of me. And then it was when I realized that street signs, when I was driving, that I had to squint at them. And then when I went in for an eye test, and she was like, do you drive? She's like, you shouldn't be driving. I was like, I can drive. But then I got glasses. And so I had this resistance to getting glasses for a while. And then once I had them, I walked out of the glasses shop and I was just like, this is not how everything looks. This is that it's such high contrast, such high definition. It was almost uncomfortable how clear and crisp everything was. I couldn't handle it in the beginning. I think my parents were here. Like, it was 11 years ago when I got my first glasses. And I was just like, this is not real. This is not how things look. And my dad was just like, it's just because you needed glasses. This is actually how things look. And it didn't take long until I was totally adjusted and just wore them all the time. I thought that I'd be a sometimes glasses wearer. But I pretty quickly turned into wearing glasses all the time. Wearer. Who, in watching this, whether in the live chat or watching the replay, who wears glasses? And why? I have a suspicion that I read the entire Wheel of Time series in a year, which is, I don't know, it was like 14 books, thick fantasy books. This is my outer layer, the first glasses. I wonder, I've got my camera tilted down and I wonder if there's something that slowly, the lens kind of puts itself out of focus. But yeah, who's wearing glasses? Sometimes in the Tuesday sketch sessions, I have a page full of sketches and everyone is wearing glasses. message. Cool. We're meeting up with friends on Saturday. That's nice. Coyle is short-sighted, needs to wear glasses. Cassidy, first pair of reading glasses this year. Usually start with the glasses, but on this one, found the midlines first. Made me a little nervous about organising all the glasses. That's understandable. I'm thinking having the first set of glasses is going to help me organise the rest of the glasses. Nicole Batch loves being able to see. Seeing is so good. Random cool guy wears glasses. Left eye is more blind than the right. I need new ones though. I need new ones. Even now I'm like, is it out of focus or is it just my glasses? Jill just got progressives and cannot get used to them. And if Shannon needed glasses, probably still wouldn't get them. It's kind of relaxing to take them off, but it's a trade-off. Is it clearer if I wear them? Oh, it's actually clearer if I take them off. I'm going to take my glasses off for drawing those glasses. Right here at this distance, this is looking better right now. So here we go. On to the next pair. So before I got glasses, I also... so now I'm going to the next layer. The next pair down, in... So yeah, before I got glasses, I read this stuff about how you can do eye exercises, and you can that we in our contemporary lives we don't use the full capacity of what our eyes can do because we're often focused in this close range instead of looking into the distance so much. And so for a while I thought I might do some eye exercises, and used to have this practice where you look here and then you look into the just over there, and then you look back here, and then you look into the mid-ground, you look over here, you look into the background, you look over here, and then you look as far as you can, and you just keep going back and forward with your focus. I did that for a bit, and then when I got my eyes checked, they were like, what's wrong with your eyes? You can't correct with muscular training, so you need glasses. I was like, okay. It also made me the distortion of the lenses, because any lens we look through, unless it is an incredible lens indeed, creates some kind of distortion. And it's the same with cameras, and sometimes we notice as we're drawing that there's, especially from mobile phones and really wide angle lenses, that you have this really extreme distortion, which can be super fun to draw from. And when I put glasses on, it made me feel like I was closer to the ground, which was an interesting experience. When I take them off, it's like, oh, I'm this high off of the ground. So these glasses, it's hard to discern, but they are a little bit lighter, and so that there's some difference between them, I'm going to, instead of going fully dark black, I'm just going to use the water. So yeah, there was a question yesterday about if I have diluted ink in this brush pen. I do not. I have water in here, and it is the brush which is diluting the ink that's already on the paper. So you can fill these with ink. I, once upon a time, filled one of these with some, what was it, Van Dyke brown? Some really dark brown, like a sepia kind of color, I think. And it totally clogged up this bit, so then I couldn't use it anymore. So that wasn't very useful. And after that, I got some more, but I decided not to fill them with things, and just to use it as water and to mix into watercolor paints, or like I'm using it here with the ink. So there's some cool little bits of detail. I love, there's often really cool distortion, talking about the distortion from the lenses, like as we start to look into here, the outline of the face, the the silhouette gets kind of broken and reshaped by the lenses, and that's often really interesting and something that I like to draw. Oh, there's cool reflections happening in the middle too. Oh, everyone, Shannon, are you going to live stream after this? All right. And this one, I'm going to go darker with this. I feel like they're both pretty dark, but I'm gonna put like a solid line down here. So now I can like find within this lens where this bridge is that I now see. I kind of put it in the wrong place, but from there at the top of that is where this frame is coming down and intersecting here, and then I can like draw that over here. And so the existing shapes and the existing lenses are helping to find the location of the next. Oh, are these, wait a minute. It's only slightly confusing, but we don't have to understand it. We just try and look and draw what we see. I was just wondering, is there something happening in here? What is that extra line in there? Is that actually the top of these frames? But maybe it's the reflection off of one of the lenses of what's going on. Would anyone here, June, you have to leave. Is it because of the glasses? That's odd. What came up was a talk about animation with Liad rather than this. Sometimes computers get weird. Yeah, that was a different... That drawn together conversation was a different one. Liad was another guest. Liad, I think, is doing daily paintings, which is pretty epic at the moment. And that's pretty cool. Having a consistent practice is a good way to refine your approach to anything. Whether it be growing in physical strength, in representational image-making strength, refining your perception and how you see things, learning a language, learning how to cook, caring for others, caring for yourself. All of these things can be practiced and learned. Learning an instrument. Does anyone have a dedicated daily practice here to anything? Whether it be drinking coffee, lifting weights, going for walks, doing good deeds or bad deeds. I have the glasses here. The frames in here, I'm now looking, I want to start talking about, so this is like a layer of, this is 3 glasses. I'm just going to take a photo of this, like this. Hi, Lewis. Oh, my phone just told me that I sent an email. If you're on my mailing list, you will have just received an email from me in which I tell you that you can register your interest for the upcoming webinar on the 19th and that my mentorship is happening and it's going to be great. And the mentorship link is in the description. The webinar link is not, but I will be posting more about it in the coming days. Tala, you're learning Deutsch. Cool. What was the question? Oh, live streaming. Yes. Shannon's going to live stream after this. So if you're keen to keep drawing a bird perhaps, that you can go on over to Shannon's channel. It's interesting. It's easier to see here. It's harder to read what's on the screen. Wait a moment. It will still be long later. Yes. Our Drawn Together episodes were long. We're excited about Drawn Together. and its imminent return. There's always so many things going on. So many things happening, and Shannon will have to pester me some more to get Drawn Together happening again as well. But once the mentorship is rolling, I will be able to focus on some other things. I have a community art project with some young folk, which will be coming up in like April or May, I think. But Drawn Together episodes, hanging out and talking with cool people about their lives and creativity and being human and their challenges and whatever it is that they want to talk about and we want to talk about. That's a very rewarding thing to do. So Drawn Together shall return. Birds together. Talk German. Yeah. Thaler, du kannst mit uns Deutsch üben. Du kannst gerne was auf Deutsch schreiben. Hier sind ein paar Deutschsprachige dabei. Mein Deutsch ist nicht perfekt, aber es muss auch nicht perfekt sein. Eigentlich muss gar nichts perfekt sein. Muss es nur wagen, was zu tun. Oh, wir sind schon 17 Minuten dabei. I just like the way the ink just kind of bleeding out here. I'm thinking maybe I'll do some more inky brush stuff. Oh, so the thing with ink is once you put it down, it tends to stay where you put it. And it's a good practice for thinking about things before you do them, or not thinking too much, just doing it and then figuring out what you're going to do with the results. Perfektes Deutsch only, bitte. Gabriele, besser als dein Englisch. Connection, I read the conversation like backwards up. Connection to the subject equals Drawn Together, yeah. Ich neu begann Deutsch lernen. Super, großartig. Oh ja, du kannst bei Zoom dienstags auch mit uns Deutsch sprechen. Alle können dienstags bei uns zeichnen und Deutsch hören oder sprechen. Everyone is invited to come join us on Tuesdays and speak German or not. It's mostly about drawing, but it can also be about language learning, the Tuesday sessions. So this super bright hair is really interesting. I was wondering what I'm going to do about it. I was thinking about making a frame and putting some tone into the background to kind of help put the hair somewhere, but the hair's so bright, the background's so bright. If we made the background darker, the hair would look brighter. Is that what we want? Always have all these choices. Because we just choose to stop right now and say it was mostly about the glasses. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow. Oh, speaking of tomorrow, there is a party going on, which I am invited to host part of the party for Let's Face It. which has started, let's face it, 2025, which is a year-long portraiture art extravaganza taught by many wonderful teachers. And there's like an opening party tomorrow, and I'm going to be streaming there at this time. So at a very different time, I'll be streaming tomorrow, which will be 10 a.m. German time. So I guess that's 4 a.m. in New York, which may mean, I don't know who's going to be watching this and who usually watches these at this time and who catches the replays when and where. But if you are in a different time zone where it's usually really like out of the question or very early or late in the morning or night to be joining these streams, you may be able to join tomorrow's, because I'm gonna stream at 10 Central European time tomorrow. And then on Friday, it'll be the same time again at 9 p.m. So 10 in the morning tomorrow, 9 p.m. again on Friday. Speaking an extra language while drawing is next level. Forget to draw while thinking to talk. Ja. Gabriele kommt aus Bayern, da spricht man kein perfektes Deutsch. Someone once told me that Bavaria was a country between Germany and Austria. Da wird Bayerisch gesprochen. Hello, Aiken. I do believe you're supposed to be going to sleep.
But you can believe, and that is right. But that doesn't mean that I believe.
I can believe that, and it may be true, but it doesn't mean he's going to sleep. Believing a thing and a thing being right does not mean that that thing is going to happen. That's very true. Thank you for the life lesson, Aiken.
What?
Thank you for that life lesson. It's so often the case. All right, does this need anything? What do we need here? It's interesting. If the darker lenses, I'm feeling, should be a bit darker. At the moment, it looks like these are the eyes within the eyes, which is interesting. Louisa's birding, asking, "What are you birding, Shannon?"
Papa, ich würde das Ding da oben bei der oberen Brille noch ein bisschen breiter machen als die anderen.
This thing here.
The thing by the upper Brille.
Aiken's giving me advice on how I should work on this. I found another great reference which has more glasses in it than this one, and I would just like some public opinion. Would people like more glasses than this? I was very excited when I saw the reference photo. There may have been at some point I don't know, so sometimes in the Kanyo chat there'll be something like, "Oh, I need someone lying on the floor," and then a bunch of people will take photos of themselves lying on the floor, and then there's this great array of references of people lying on the floor. And it seemed like, I don't know, there was some point in the conversation where a lot of people were posting, or a few people at least, were posting pictures of themselves wearing many glasses. So this was maybe part of that thread of the conversation. It's got very long. Something happened here which got very long. Kiki asks, "What ink do you use?" I'll show you this time. I've said it a lot. Pelikan Brilliant Black ink. 4001. This is the bottle that I have. It's getting a bit low. I have to get my fingers pretty inky to refill. That is the ink that's in here. And I do have some carbon ink, which is supposed to be waterproof, which I will experiment with soon, because I want to know how waterproof it is and if I can do ink washes and watercolor on top of it. I seem to recall it was Mike Henley that suggested using it as a waterproof ink in response to me asking about it in some Drawn Together episode. How's everyone doing? I'll tell you who's doing good. 2 baby rabbits. Very cute. This morning, for the first time ever, so we've got this enclosure, a little rabbit hutch, and then there's like this little wooden house inside of this little enclosure, which is where the nest with these 2 baby rabbits is. And I went to feed and water them this morning, and one of the 2 little baby rabbits was out of the nest for the first time, kind of hopping around, looking a bit like, how does everything work? And they've got to be about 10 days old. The eyes have just opened yesterday or today. And it was very sweet, and I picked it up and held it for the first time, and it cuddled in, and it was so sweet. And then I put it in back to its sibling, and this afternoon I went to show Holly, and Holly picked it up, and I was like, you're going to hold it underneath. And first it kind of like tried to defend itself, but she's much bigger, my child, and she held it, and I was like, you've got to hold it underneath so that they feel safe and held. But she held it so it was like standing up, supporting it under its butt, but like holding it up, and it went wah! And I saw its little teeth, and it cried, and then Holly was like, it cried, and then she put it down, and I was like, yeah, we've got to put it down, put it down, be calm, give them time to learn how to be. I heard the sound. It didn't sound like I just sounded, but it was a very sweet little crying baby rabbit sound. Very cute.
How sweet little baby crying rabbit sound is.
Yeah. I'm wondering now if this needs anything more. If like, I don't know, I feel like maybe it was mainly an exploration of the glasses and stretch things out a bit, and I feel like I'm not sure. Icon's giving me advice, saying the vest should be darker and it should have more line work in it. Thanks, Icon. Hi, Wolverine. Random cool guys making some soup. The pigeon was typing numbers 6 plus 5,900. What? / Sorry, pigeon. Thank you, pigeon. Just what the hell? People say things in the chat, and a pigeon was typing, and that's what the pigeon wanted to say. Well, Louisa has pigeons, and Louisa's watching, and the pigeon was watching, and the pigeon wanted to contribute to the conversation. And that is what the pigeon had to say.
Okay, I don't understand, but I do understand.
That's also a good realization to come to. I don't understand, but I do understand. Icon's bringing out the bedtime wisdom. Arvid said something hilarious when I was putting him to bed. Or wise. What was it? Oh, I can't remember, but it was so funny. And then he said that it was a cosmic joke. And I was like, what? And kosmischer Witz. And I was like, where did he get cosmic joke from?
Was für ein kosmischer Witz, ja?
It was something very funny. And then it's like, a lot of things are a cosmic joke. But where's my 8-year-old getting this from?
Hört in Religion zu.
Icon said he's been paying attention in religion class. Do they teach about the religious joke, the cosmic joke, in German religion classes? I can.
No. Or I don't know.
I have not been through the German education system.
Maybe because he reads
I
many books.
was not taught religion at school.
Okay,
But I'd be very interested to know if they teach about the cosmic joke in religion.
The cosmic joke.
What is the cosmic joke? Asks Icon. I think, isn't it like everything? All these things that we take seriously, but it's all actually a cosmic joke. Maybe someone in the chat knows. Can you hear Icon? He has things to say. Having an interesting conversation here. He's lying in bed, watching me, telling me what needs to be done. What should I do now, Icon?
More lines on the lips.
More lines on the lips.
Den Mundwinkel vielleicht ein bisschen dunkler.
The corner of the mouth should be darker. He's perceptive. He's seeing things.
I'm looking at the picture that you're
Looking.
trying to draw from.
Yeah. Some drawings draw themselves, I feel like. And sometimes it's like, what do I need to do?
Gefühlt, das Gesicht wurde von beiden Seiten zusammengehauen.
It's been pressed and elevated, elongated.
If it gets pressed, then it automatically gets elongated.
Yeah. Non-stop wisdom and perceptiveness from my not sleeping child.
I can't see the eye.
Yeah, you can't see the eye. The eyes are concealed,
But
shrouded in mystery.
Die Striche sind nur auf dem gedruckten Ding. I can.
Oh yeah, you can. There is some eye visible in here.
But it looks like.
So Shannon's also going to be at the Let's Face It party tomorrow. So that'll be fun.
We're having a party tomorrow. Can I?
You'll be in bed during the party.
Oh,
You'll be going to sleep. Same time tomorrow, but it's going to be a different event. So I feel like I was fairly accurate. These glasses, the top and bottommost glasses, could have been a bit taller, and maybe to compensate for the fact that I squished those lenses down, I elongated the rest of the face. Please don't put that in your mouth. You're supposed to be in bed and asleep.
Okay.
So you don't need a fisherman's friend.
I'll put it in your mouth.
I don't want it either.
Oh, no.
I often have eucalyptus fisherman's friends, and eucalyptus is one of my favourite smells.
Why smells?
Because I grew up surrounded by eucalyptus trees.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like holding my childhood and my youth in my mouth and breathing in the gases and essential oils I was surrounded by in my upbringing. And I think eucalypt is like medicinal essential oil, which is surely good for all sorts of things. So I like to think that it's probably really good, even though it's just like a fisherman's friends. If you're still watching this and listening, yeah, Nicole, I'm about done as well. Thank you for being here. Kara just sent out the email for tomorrow's party. If you're still here, drawing along, and you could tell me, if you could hold your childhood in your mouth, what would the flavour be? Or if What what is the smell of your childhood? I feel like this is it's just been like little bits, little additional lines, but it's feeling more substantial than it was before you started giving me advice. I can thank you for your contribution. Louisa says they have lots of eucalyptus branches there at Christmas time. I get strange homesick feelings when I walk past and smell huge bunches of it. Oh, yeah, in Barcelona. Oh, your mother's Welsh cakes. It's funny how different foods, even that, I'm not entirely sure what a Welsh cake is, but it made me think of scones, or scones as some people say, which made me think of my grandmother. And it's interesting how Shannon says, hi Icon. Virginia Slim Light hundreds and bugs spray. Yeah. And is that, yeah, it's so interesting how so much experience can be packaged in a smell. Somehow, I remember before I really got into drawing as an adult, which I was recently. I'm going to be sending out emails where like sharing part of my story, my origin story, and I was writing this week, like with my mentorship in mind, and just kind of reflecting upon my creative journey. And there was this phase where I was like, I felt like I totally didn't identify with being someone who draws or being an artist. And then as I was writing down this story, I was like, oh, like I spent most of my life being into drawing, but there was a phase where I was just wandering delightfully, aimlessly through life and just thinking, what am I doing? What do I do? Who am I? Where am I? What should I be doing here? And then I decided to just keep doing art because it was with Kira's question, what's the coolest thing I could imagine doing? And I had this answer available. Just drawing all the time is the coolest thing I could imagine doing. And Kira's like, well, if you have an answer, why don't you do it? But yeah, associations of different times and different smells and tastes. So there used to be this smell, and I remember smelling it somewhere, and I was just like in the middle of a town, and I was just like, sharpened coloured pencils. I can smell pencils somewhere, and it like transported me to childhood and the smell of sharpening coloured pencils. Icon's reading the chat. Probably chlorine in the swimming pool, says Wolverine. Swim training, and I always think back to entering a swimming hall and getting the smell. Yeah, wow, chlorine. Thank you and good night, Gabriela. Thank you for being here. Florida lake water, how does that smell? Chlorine. This image is extremely cool, but also extremely difficult because you don't know when you start one glasses and where the other one is. It's like chaos. Wait until you see the other amazing glasses reference I want to draw with you all. Yeah, and I wonder, when you have something which is like visually kind of overwhelming and it doesn't make sense, oh, what am I drawing? What am I doing here? What is this life? Then I think there are ways to just look at it differently and just start to like put it together piece by piece, and then it all kind of comes into place, and it's maybe things will work out that way in art and life. And a lot of life lessons and wisdom in 11-year-olds and in art. All right. I was wondering if I want or need a frame here, and now I'm starting to think I don't. I like the frame I have down the bottom. If there's like, and do I close it or do I leave it open? Maybe just leave it open. I think I'm done. This I spent a lot longer with you all and with Lilith than the magical cheese witch.
What?
Who, I spent a lot longer than I thought I was going to. It's interesting that I can see my drawing better with my glasses off. And I can read the screen better with my glasses on. But I definitely need new glasses. Everyone, Shannon, do you have a link? Do you have a link set up? Go over to Shannon's channel and draw a bird with Shannon. Too many smells to list. Florida lakes smell like alligators and snakes and mussels and fish and methane and sulfur. Elizabeth, hello. You're in Canada. Your husband, an Aussie, also loves eucalyptus. It is just like eucalyptus and basil, or basil, as some people say. I think those are the two smells I love above all other smells. Perhaps the smell, speaking of Clarinina, and this guy here, the smell of a newborn baby. Oh, it's freshly washed hair. Shannon loves everything that lives in Australia. Thanks for the draw. Thank you for being here. So thank you for saying hello in the chat. It's nice to see you here, Elizabeth. You're happy with yours and we'll share it on Instagram. Yes, please do. Tag me, tag Lilith, Magical Cheese Witch. And if you're not already, June left for lunch and now you're back and now we're finished. But you can watch the replay. You should instantly be able to watch the replay. You can even scroll back. You don't even have to close and reopen this. You can scroll back to the beginning and it will just play through again. So you can go back to wherever it was before lunch. Wait a minute. Especially Claire and Nina. We especially love Claire and Nina. And Peter and Karen and all marsupials, licorice. I just put Wolverine just said licorice as well as a childhood smell. Thank you, Koila. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. This was fun. And I would love to see your work. And I have just put the Discord server link in the chat again. So if you're not already, you could join there. And there is a daily reference thread where I share the references. And I pin them so you can actually, if you want to go on a sketching binge, you could go to the pinned posts and just scroll through. And there are all these amazing faces to draw from. If you haven't already been drawing me since the 1st of December. Possums, yes. I think we're good. We're ready. That was it. What have you done? What have I done? Thank you for being here. It's time for bed. Shannon's link. Yes, that's what we want. Shannon's link in the chat to seamlessly head over to Shannon's stream. Who can be the first? Shannon, do you have it handy? I don't know if I can find it. Why the digits after Discord? Oh, that is a good question. Always different. Because these links expire. So June, maybe someone will be able to help June because June's having trouble getting into the server. I'm not really sure why. Horses. The digits are always different because the links expire, and every time I put a new link in to join the Discord server, it's different. Because, for example, if I were to put it in the comments of the YouTube chat and then some bot goes through scraping all these links and then some nonsense comes into our community, I think it's to prevent that kind of thing happening. So if I put up the link somewhere and it stays there, that it can't be misused. That's why it's always new digits and new link. Okay. Shannon's link is not possible to put in here, but if you search for Shannon Hagen, then you'll see lots of things. You may see Drawn Together episodes. Is it called Birds Together? Or is it Dylan Practice? Maybe I can only put links in here. Send it to me on Instagram, Shannon, and I'll see if I can put it in here. You put it in an annoying amount of times and I saw none of them. That's why I'm saying behold. Thank you to everyone who's still here as we're just kind of muddling our way through. Like and subscribe. Shannon, send me your link on Instagram and I will try and put it in the chat. Like and subscribe. Check out my mentorship page if you're interested in learning intimately with me as we work towards your goals and creating some goals if you don't have any, and it may be really amorphous, but it may become super clear, and through experiencing, experimenting, doing different things together, it's going to be amazing. I learned a lot from doing a mentorship, and I feel like it really set me on a trajectory for my creative life, and I'm really happy and excited to be able to offer it. So that's something that I'm really excited about at the moment. So check out the link, which is in the description. I will look for Shannon's here. Here. Oh, it's not here. I'm still waiting on Instagram. Tell me once you've sent it, Shannon. Nope. Something just happened. Here we go. See if this is going to work. You're welcome, Shannon. My dear friend Shannon has sent me this link. Oh, I can do it. Maybe I'm the only one who's allowed to share links because this is my show. So happy to be back. I'm so happy to see you as well, Jill, and all of you. It's really nice having you all here. Go to Shannon's stream now. Draw a bird. Birds are great. Shannon's great. Lewis is on the way over there. Lewis is great. You're all great. Wolverine, good night to you too. Sleep tight. And if you want to join me at 10 o'clock in the morning, German time tomorrow, please do. Otherwise, watch the replay whenever you feel like. Shannon will not talk in a live stream unless you chat. So Shannon has a lot of great things to say. And it's also very, very soothing just to listen to the sound of pencil and paper. Great to have you here, Cassidy. Great to have all of you here. And until next time, you're great. Good night. Random cool guy. Bye-bye.